Hello everyone, Via here, and today in this video we're going to be taking a look at G1 Liokaiser. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Just kidding, it's a knockoff of G1 Liokaiser that I bought off Sir Toys. So I got this set because I saw them, they're undersized and they're kind of shitty quality, but I did want to get a G1 Liokaiser because I have the Combiner Wars one on the way, and I'm really excited for that set. And this is just kind of a general idea of what the G1 guys are like, as well as having a comparison for those videos. And I've had a bit of fun with these guys. They aren't the worst knockoffs I've ever seen. These guys don't warrant their own videos. I'm just doing them all together. And we will combine them up at the very end. If you don't know who Liokaiser is, that's all right. Not a lot of people do. He's from Transformers Victory, the Japanese-only sequel to Generation 1. And he is the main Decepticon combiner in that show. He stands toe-to-toe with Starsaber. And he's very cool. The original toys are pretty scarce, kind of hard to find. I think the only ones I've been able to find for decent prices on eBay, which is the only searching I've done for them so far, is a Jalguar for $66. I would love to get the originals, but these guys will do for now until I can get those scarce real guys. And with one exception, they are pretty faithful. Faithful, if not shit quality. But we'll get into that. So we're going to start out with Killbison, because he's my favorite one. So we'll get the rest of these guys out of here to talk about my favorite member, who also unfortunately suffers the most from being a knockoff, Killbison. So you can see Killbison is a tank. He's got some treads there, got a big old turret on top that can pivot up and down and rotate. You can see these are knockoffs because they don't have real Decepticon symbols. Also, his head just kind of sticks out from the back. I think the original toy actually folds in. It does have the standard yellow stripes of the breast force. These guys do not come with their breast partners, which is kind of unfortunate, but also fine. They'd probably shatter instantly with this quality of plastic, but he is in his standard Killbison kind of goldish plastic. The underside, you can see it's a G1 toy, so they kind of all have this sort of thing. Not much to talk about. He's just a little tank. I love him. And to transform him, it's very simple because it's a G1 toy. So that's a little loose. We'll talk about that in a sec. Extend the legs like that. Just kind of bend the guns out. Make sure that stays baked in. And that's it. There is Killbison in his robot mode. And he looks alright. The head looks a little soft, but that's okay. He's got his horns. You can tell it's Killbison. His arms are on swivels. And the combiner peg, you can see, is incredibly loose because the chest is actually malformed and it doesn't stay in very properly. But yeah, white legs there, and these guys are G1 toys. They're really simple. But that is Killbison. The original toy is one of my favorites. Even the Combiner Wars one looks way better than this, but it's just to have a representation of them. And it's pretty cool to be able to play with these guys. So, next up, and very similar to Killbison, is Drillhorn. Drillhorn, you can see, is a blue drill tank. Very similar molding to Killbison, although it is different. Big old drill at the front, doesn't spin or anything, just looks cool. The cockpit molded in, not with a sticker or paint or anything. Yeah, on the underside it's kind of the whole robot. At least the head is hidden on this one. But yeah, he looks pretty cool. Transformation, the legs extend, although in this one it's really loose, so when I stand up my Drillhorn, he kind of just collapses down, but that's okay. And then fold the drill back, make it forward, and then you have Drillhorn in robot mode. At least his combiner peg actually stays in place. That head sculpt kind of looks like Wheeljack a little bit. I don't actually know if that's the correct head sculpt or not. I'll throw up a picture on screen of the original head sculpt to see if that's actually right. I think it is, but I don't... Part of me is saying it's not. We'll know, I guess, in editing if I'm a dumbass or not, but that is Drillhorn. He's next to Killbison. You can see he's a bit shorter because the legs don't want to stay extended. If they weren't, they were the same. They'd be the same height, just about. These guys are very similar because they form the legs. The next one, let's do Guyhawk. You can see Guyhawk here is a pink jet. He's got the white wings and the red cockpit, the yellow stickers on the wings, as well as those knockoff Decepticon symbols. You can see the underside is just the whole robot. He does have that peg there for combination, but that's not that big of a deal. Transformation on this guy, just fold up the wings like that. They are pretty loose, and then fold back the nose cone, and bam, Guyhawk. Not the greatest looking robot mode, but it's okay. The pink and white look pretty nice, if it leaves him a little washed out looking. You can see the head there, or I guess lack of seeing the head, because there's not really a whole lot of detail. The arms can rotate on this guy as well. The legs can kind of kick a little bit for combination. They are a little loose. But yeah, that is Guyhawk. Pretty cool. Little Kibbly, probably the worst official figure in the set, but he still looks pretty alright. Next up on chopping block is, or would be, Hellbat. But it's not Hellbat, because this knockoff doesn't include Hellbat. Instead, it includes a substitute as a little tiny Doubledealer. Okay. I don't know why they didn't just knock off Hellbat. Instead, I'll show a picture of Hellbat right there as to what he looks like, as to what Hellbat is supposed to look like. This is just a crappy Doubledealer knockoff, taking his place as the arm. But it's not... It is terrible. I was going to say it's not terrible, it is terrible. So, transformation, the missile comes off. You unfold this section back. There's no head there because this doesn't become his head in robot mode like it used to. Take these panels and fold them up on both sides and just bring this section back. Bring the arms out like this. And that is the worst thing I've ever seen. You can see, like, it doesn't even look like Doubledealer at all. All of the alt mode is just on the back. It looks really bad. At least Guyhawk is actually Guyhawk. This guy just isn't Hellbat. And the missile can't even do anything in this mode. Just kind of put it off to the side. Not a fan of this one. Not a fan at all. Kind of would have preferred if they had just knocked off Hellbat instead of including this. He is the weakest link because he's not real. But next up, another real guy, and this one's actually decent. Jalguar. Am I pronouncing the name right? I don't care. He is a little black sports car with big robot legs on top. Yeah, his alt mode is kind of the weakest. But it does have some nice gold paint there on the windscreen and some stickers for some yellow striping. The wheels are actually screwed on tight, so they turn, but he doesn't roll. He's kind of the one guy who should be able to roll as the car. He doesn't though. It's a little, he just kind of slides around on the table. That's alright for a knockoff. Underside, you can see just the robot. Transformation, you bring this down and just straighten out the legs. And take the front of the car and fold it back. And there you have Jalguar in his robot mode. He has one of the nicer looking robot modes in my opinion. You can see his head is the only one that's painted, even if it has no detail, and it's just this tiny smudge that looks like it was put on with a Sharpie. It is painted. The arms rotate, just like the others, and the legs, he can actually sit down. He kind of has like mini-con articulation, where his legs are like kind of bolted together, but that's alright. He looks pretty good. This is one of the ones that suffer the least from the knockoff. And now let's get to my favorite actual toy, because Killbison actually sucks so bad. Leozack. You can see Leozack is a white and turquoise, sort of, actually no, it's not really turquoise. It's kind of showing up turquoise on camera, but it's more of like a dark teal in person. See, with the red cockpit, this guy is solid. These wings are a little loose, but other than that, he fits together solidly. He works really well. You can see the robot motor in there, but that's all right. The stickers are a little crooked, but they still look pretty all right. Yeah, this guy's decent. Transform him, you bring the wings forward, bring the tail fins back, grab this whole back section and extend the legs, and just fold the cockpit back. And then you have Leozack in robot mode. A lot of exposed screws, but that's alright. His arms are also on hinges, they can move forward. Head sculpt is pretty indistinct and flat, but that's alright. He looks pretty good. You know, like I said, his arms are on hinges and his legs can actually kick forward, but that's about it. So let's get these guys, let's try to get a really crappy looking team shot here of all of these guys. So there you have Jalguar, I'll put in Guyhawk over on this side, Doubledealer right here. He's also smaller than all the other guys, and it'll be more obvious in combined mode. He's weirdly small. I really don't like that one at all. Get a nose cone, or Drillhorn here, not nose cone, Drillhorn, and Killbison over on this side. They look pretty decent together. It's almost easy to ignore the fact that Hellbat isn't here because Doubledealer is taking his colors, and they look pretty decent. Now, while we're in robot mode, I do want to point out just some oddities. So for one, the missile for Doubledealer can't go anywhere. It can't store in his robot mode due to the way the kibble has to sit. So it just kind of has to sit off to the side. But this set did also come with some other accessories. Now, like I said, I got this off Sir Toys, which just shipped it directly from China. So I don't know where any of this stuff came from, because the only actual accessory here is the head. The combined mode head is the only bit of parts forming this combiner has to do. So it's good that he included that color matching with Leozack. But then these were also just in the shipping box. It's this double missile thing, which I don't think is from this set. I looked up pictures of Liokaiser online. I've never seen this before. It has a weird like sheriff star with a red Decepticon symbol on it, and a peg that doesn't fit in any of the holes anywhere in the set figures. I don't know what this is for. I don't know why this is here, but it was in the box, so I wanted to point it out. And then this was also in the box. Just a random knockoff Micromaster. Sure. Okay. It's just a Micromaster. It flips down. There he is. I couldn't find which one this is. I don't know Micromasters very well, and I didn't want to do a whole fuck ton of research into who this guy is, but if you do know, sure, say it in the comments. I don't really care. He's a piece of crap anyway. I don't know why he's here. He doesn't integrate at all with these guys. Him and the missile are the two biggest oddities. Are like, why are they here at all? So we'll just put them off to the side. I did want to include them though, because they came in the box. Why I wanted to include them, I don't know, but whatever, fuck it, it doesn't matter. And like I said, these guys do combine into Liokaiser, and luckily everything works. I was kind of worried with how shitty these knockoffs were that the combination wouldn't actually work, but it does, mostly. So for Drillhorn and Killbison, you want to flip these up and push in the legs. And that's kind of it. I rotate this around on Killbison. Oh, you actually do want to line up these pegs here. There's little pegs that will line up. Bring that up. His is really loose. Drillhorn's is nice and tight though. Flip this up, and then you have the legs all done. Put these off to the side. Put these off to the side too. And we'll focus on the torso. So for Leozack, what you want to do is flip the legs back or forward like this, and make sure the fins are out of the way because we need that peg. And that's basically it. This knockoff does something I don't think the original toy does, where it actually can, the cockpit can extend out, rotate around, and come down so that the cockpit is facing forward. All of the artwork of G1 Liokaiser shows the cockpit facing back like this. The original toys, all of them are facing back like this, so I think this is a new addition for the knockoff. Why they decided to include this, I don't know. So we're gonna do that. For Jalguar, you want to fold the front down and have these little clips facing down and bend them at the knee. So you want to like that. Because now this little port here is going to actually peg into Leozack right there. So you just bring this together and peg it in like that, and you just want to bring the legs up and they just kind of sit right there to form the crotch. And you can fold this up to give them a slightly slimmer silhouette and bring these fins down like that. Then these little clips will actually clip in to Drillhorn and Killbison, so we're going to do that now. These just snaps in. Bring in Killbison, help the leg doesn't come apart, because it does often. Just snap this in. There we go. Raise the camera a little bit. The hat does just kind of snap over Leozack's head there. Fits on, and his head becomes a mouth plate, which is kind of interesting. We'll turn him around to get him ready. We'll do Guyhawk first because he's real. So bring the arms down and bring the cockpit up. And then you can see here, the one side has the fist, the other side doesn't. You flip the side that doesn't up, and you can see there's actually a peg right there. That's going to be the combination peg. So just bring those out, slide the fist out like that. Just fold these over. And then that peg is actually going to peg in right there. So he forms the right arm. Just drop that in, peg that in. This actually works slightly different than the G1 toy. The G1 toy looks a bit different arm mode wise from him. So that's a bit of a bummer, but that's whatever. And Doubledealer does basically the same thing. So just fold the arms in. Fold the side without the fist up. Slide out the fist. You can see the fist is a lot smaller on this one for some reason. And just bring that up. You also want to bring up this. I don't know if these panels are supposed to fold in or not. Doesn't really matter. I leave them out. And you can actually reattach the missile for this mode, which is nice. That has somewhere to go now. Try to keep the fist out. So it's pretty loose. And that peg will peg in much the same way that Guyhawk did. This video is slightly low effort just because I don't really care about reviewing this set at all. I just wanted to squeeze another video out, have this ready for the Combiner Wars one, but you can see that is as close as I'm getting to a G1 Liokaiser for a while, unless I win the lottery, in which case I'll just buy the whole set online for $300. But you can see it is close enough to G1 Liokaiser that I'm happy for now. A couple of things are missing. The arms don't work the same way. Hellbat is obviously missing. The arm is kind of shriveled. You can see how much lower the real fist is compared to that one. The feet don't actually flip out on this one. Killbison comes in half way too easily. You can see the hat there doesn't really fit properly. It kind of bulges up, but that's okay. There we go. That's Killbison coming in half. So we're gonna try to stick this back in. There we go. So yeah, that is G1 Liokaiser. As much as the set as I'm willing to get, because this guy was $10, the real one's $200. I'll take this one for now, please. I do want to get the original figures eventually, and I might review them if I ever collect the full set. I won't review them individually. I'll never review G1 combiners individually. They're so simple that it's like not even worth it. The video will be 2 seconds long, and you guys don't want to sit and wait in between each of these videos. But that is G1 Liokaiser. Pretty fun set if you can get the real ones. This set isn't very fun because it's of its knockoff nature. It is cheap feeling, parts don't fit properly, it doesn't feel great, but the actual figures themselves are pretty fun. If you would like a Liokaiser of your own, I'll drop the purchase link in the description. I'm not sponsored by Sir Toys, I'll just leave them down there. They didn't send this to me or anything, but I'll link them down there. It's a pretty good site if you want some cheap figures from China. So yeah, as well as that purchase link will be links to my Twitter and my Instagram. My Twitter is much more opinionated. My Instagram, I post pictures of figures. So you can follow either of those, whichever one you feel more compelled to follow. But that is G1 Liokaiser reviewed. Like I said, Combiner Wars Liokaiser is on his way, and I will review him when he gets here. But until then, bye-bye, keep collecting.